Bro, listen, Dallas, Texas, you can do all rapping by killing it and everything and this and that. When you selling that dope, feds coming. Them rappers, they watching them rappers. I think they round up everybody trying to get something to pin on them rappers.
Yo, what's good, fam? It's your boy back with another one, and listen, this story right here, this ain't no regular rap beef or street drama type shit. Nah, we talking about the feds, gang. The actual federal government watching the young niggas' every move, building a case and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. I'm talking about Zillionaire Doe, the Dallas rapper who went from selling pounds in South Dallas to getting signed by Yo Gotti to CMG. But here's the crazy part. The same success that put him on the map might be the exact thing that brings him down. The feds raided his whole hood, picked up his big brother, and word on the street is they building a RICO case with Doe's name written all over it. No cap, this is one of the most intense situations in hip-hop right now, and most of y'all don't even know the full story. So let me break it down for you from the beginning. To understand how we got here, we gotta go back to where it all started, South Dallas, Texas. Now, if you know anything about Dallas, you know South Dallas ain't no joke. This is where Zillionaire Doe was born and raised, and from day one, this man was destined for something different. But it wasn't rap at first, fam. Nah, Doe was a hooper. I'm talking about a real deal basketball player with dreams of making it to the league. Doe went to Skyline High School, and if you watch that Say Cheese interview he did, he talks about how he was nice with it on the court, point guard, running the offense, leading his team to their first state appearance in school history back in his sophomore year. The whole hood thought this nigga was gonna make it to the NBA for real. His coach was tough on him, real old school type discipline, but Doe was putting in work. He had the talent, he had the drive, and everybody around him believed he was next up. But here's where life threw him a curveball. By the time senior year came around, Doe had lost his love for the game. His coach was too hard on him, telling him shit like he's the reason places like Lou Sterrett Jail never go out of business. That shit crushed him, gang. Here's a young black kid with dreams, and the one person who's supposed to be building him up is tearing him down. So what happened? Doe walked away from basketball. No college offers, no scholarship, nothing. And just like that, the hoop dreams were over. But here's the thing about Doe. He was already getting money before he even graduated. This nigga was hustling since he was 13, 14 years old. We talking about gambling, selling phones, moving weight, whatever it took to stack that paper. In that Big Facts interview, Doe kept it 100 and said he's been a hustler his whole life, never worked a 9 to 5, never needed to. His mama was a hustler, his pops was a hustler, his big brother was a hustler. This shit was in his DNA. By the time he graduated high school in 2019, Doe wasn't thinking about college or getting a regular job. Nah, he was already deep in the streets, moving pounds, making real money. He talks about how he stacked his first $10,000 from gambling while he was still in high school. And to him, that was just the beginning. This wasn't no small-time corner boy operation. Doe was really in the mix, learning the game from OGs, building connections, and leveling up in the drug trade. And here's what's crazy. Doe never wanted to be a rapper. His whole family was in music. His pop started Zillionaire Records back in the 90s. His big brother rapped, but Doe, he was focused on the money, the hustle, the street shit. Music wasn't even on his radar. He'd been around studios his whole life and it never clicked for him. He was too busy getting to the bag. So how did Doe end up rapping? Man, this story is wild. It's 2022 and Doe is in LA handling business. Homie BFG Strap, rest in peace, was out there shooting videos and told Doe to pull up. Doe was busy, never made it to the shoot, but they ran into each other at LAX airport. Strap looked at him and said, "Bro, you need to start rapping. I'm gonna put you on with my manager. You gonna blow up." Doe brushed it off, said bet, but wasn't really taking it serious. 2 days later, Strap DM'd him again, pushing him to rap, telling him he was gonna pop. And then, fam, 2 days after that conversation, Strap died, just like that. Doe had known this man since he was 4 or 5 years old, and now he's gone. That shit hit different. Doe took it as a sign from God. He said, "I'm gonna do this rap shit, not just for me, but to leave a legacy, to tell my story, to make sure all my homies who died young and nameless get remembered." So Doe started rapping in late 2022. He flew out his cameraman from Detroit, rented the whips, bought the fits, and invested his own drug money into his music career. No label, no cosign, just pure hustle. And the crazy part? It worked. His third or fourth video, D-Boy Dreams, started getting played in Dallas clubs. The streets were fucking with it. By December 2023, he dropped Trap Star, and that's when CMG's A&R Dame reached out. Now here's where it gets real, fam. Doe thought the DM was fake at first. He's sitting in the trap with his boys, and CMG Dame is hitting him up talking about Yo Gotti wants to work with him. Doe sends him unreleased music to verify it's real. The next day, December 24th, Christmas Eve, Doe is at the mall shopping for his nieces and little sisters, and Yo Gotti himself DMs him, reciting lyrics from the song Doe sent. That's when Doe knew it was official. Fast forward to January 21st, 2025. This is the day that changed everything. CMG announces they signed Zillionaire Doe. The whole hood came out, everybody wearing the metallic fives before they even dropped, pulling up in Lambos, popping bottles of Ace of Spades in front of the Blue Store on Malcolm X. It was a celebration, gang. South Dallas finally had a rapper signed to a major label, and it felt like the whole city was winning. But here's what nobody talks about. When Yo Gotti came to Dallas, when he pulled up to the trap, when all them cameras and attention came to South Dallas, it made shit hot, real hot. The feds were already watching, but now they had a reason to move. Exactly 1 month later, February 25th, 2025, the feds ran down on South Dallas with a full-scale raid. Doe was at the studio that night working on music. His girl texted him, "Police at the door." He thought it was a robbery at first, somebody trying to run a play. But nah, fam, it was the feds. A TF, DEA, the whole alphabet. They hit Doe's crib, his big brother JJ's crib, multiple spots in the hood. They seized 14 firearms, over 1 kilogram of meth, pills, weed, wax, hash, more than $40,000 in cash, 6 vehicles, jewelry, and even a fucking Cayman alligator that they took to the Dallas Zoo. The operation was called Blue Laces, and it was targeting the 42 Oakland Street gang, better known as 4 Deuce. 8 people got indicted, and Doe's big brother JJ was one of them. They hit him with possession with intent to distribute, felon in possession of a firearm, and using a communication facility to facilitate drug trafficking. The feds had phone records showing the whole operation, texts warning each other about raids, sending young boys to look for missing dope after raids, and going right back to dealing drugs the next day. Now here's the real tea, and this is what y'all need to understand. The feds don't just raid a hood and arrest a few people for no reason. Nah, they building a case. They trying to flip somebody. They picked up 8 people, and you best believe they putting pressure on every single one of them, trying to get somebody to cooperate, to snitch, to give up information. And who do you think they really want? Zillionaire Doe. Think about it, fam. Doe just got signed to CMG. He's flexing on Instagram with Louis Vuitton fits worth $45,000. He's buying cars, jewelry, doing shows, living the life. But where did all that money come from? The feds know his background. They know he was moving weight. They know he was deep in the streets. And now they trying to prove that all this rap money is really just drug money being laundered through the music industry. In that Say Cheese interview, Doe talked about how the raid fucked him up mentally. He said, "I thought everybody was happy for us. I thought they was proud of what we was doing. But when the news came out, I seen people on blogs laughing, doing interviews, joking about my lyrics." He felt betrayed, fam. 1 month after the biggest moment of his life, signing to CMG, the feds took everything. His cars, his jewelry, his cash. They raided both his houses and left him feeling defeated. But here's what's crazy. Doe didn't get arrested, not yet. And that's what makes this whole situation so tense. The feds got his big brother, they got his homies, but they ain't got Doe. Why? Because they still building the case. They waiting, they watching. They trying to connect all the dots between the drug operation and Doe's music career. And let's keep it 100. The timing of everything is suspicious as hell. Yo Gotti announces the signing in January. The feds raid in February. It's like they were waiting for the perfect moment to strike, when the spotlight was brightest, when the most attention was on South Dallas. Some people in the streets even saying that the publicity from the CMG signing is what triggered the raid. The feds saw all that flexing, all that money being thrown around and said, yeah, we need to investigate this. Now, I want y'all to understand something. This ain't just about Zillionaire Doe. This is about a pattern we keep seeing in hip-hop. Young niggas come from the streets, they get money from hustling, they invest that money into their rap careers, they blow up, and then the feds come knocking. We seen it with Bobby Shmurda, we seen it with Tay-K, we seen it with so many artists who couldn't separate their past from their present. The difference with Doe is that he's trying to do it the right way. In every interview, he talks about going legit, about being grateful for the opportunity, about not wanting to fuck up this blessing. He said, I broke the generational curse. My mama went to jail, my daddy went to jail, my big brother in the feds right now. I finally got the opportunity and I can't fuck up. That's real shit, fam. He knows what's at stake. But here's the problem. The feds don't care about your redemption story. They don't care that you're trying to go legit. If they can prove you made money illegally and used it to fund your music career, that's money laundering. And money laundering is a federal crime that can get you 20 years. The feds are patient. They'll watch you for months, even years, building a case brick by brick until they got everything they need to take you down. And that's exactly what's happening with Doe right now. They got his big brother facing serious time. They got phone records, financial records, surveillance footage. They know about the drug operation in South Dallas. Now they just trying to connect Doe to it in a way that'll stick in court. And the best way to do that, flip one of the 8 people they arrested. Get somebody to testify that Doe was involved, that he was getting money from the drug trade, that he used that money to fund his videos, his clothes, his lifestyle. So where does this leave us? Right now, Zillionaire Doe is a free man. He's still making music, still doing shows, still signed to CMG. His project, Mr. 14 Months, just dropped, and he's trying to keep his career moving forward. But make no mistake, fam. The feds are watching. Every move he makes, every dollar he spends, every post on Instagram is being monitored. They waiting for him to slip up, to make a mistake, to give them the evidence they need. And here's the scariest part. Doe might not even have to do anything wrong. If one of those 8 people facing federal time decides to cooperate, if they tell the feds what they want to hear, Doe could wake up tomorrow with agents at his door. That's how the feds operate. They don't need you to commit a new crime. They just need somebody to testify about the old ones. This is the reality of being a street rapper in 2025. You can't just rap about your past and think there won't be consequences. The feds are listening to your music, reading your lyrics like confessions, using your own words against you in court. And when you blow up, when you get that major label deal, when you start flexing that money, that's when they really start paying attention. Zillionaire Doe is living proof that success in the rap game don't mean you're safe from your past. He did everything right. He invested in his music, he built a brand, he got signed to one of the biggest labels in hip-hop. But none of that matters if the feds can prove that the foundation of his success was built on drug money. And right now, that's exactly what they're trying to do. So the question is, can Doe clean up his money before the feds indict him? Can he prove that his success is legitimate, that he's really left the streets behind? Or is it already too late? Is the case already built, just waiting for the right moment to drop? Only time will tell, fam. But one thing's for sure, the clock is ticking and the feds don't play. They patient, they thorough, and they always get their man. Zillionaire Doe better hope he covered all his bases, because if he didn't, this rap dream could turn into a federal nightmare real quick. That's all I got for y'all today. Drop a comment and let me know what y'all think. Is Doe gonna beat this case? Or is he the next rapper to fall victim to the feds? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe out there, gang. Peace.